it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Indeed, it is the Buckeye Show. I am Tito, in for Timmy Hall. You heard him for 3 hours. You get 3 hours of Tim today still, because he was on Man and Bone, where he'll be all week. I will be here all week, today with Tyvis and with the beer, for the rest of the week after that. Bodie on the other side, running things for us. Tyvis, are you really that scared about your wisdom teeth?
Yes.
What are you scared? No one's ever died that I know of from the wisdom teeth thing. I shouldn't just say that as a blanket statement, because then somebody will call me out on it. But I don't think.
Have you ever gotten yours?
No, you kidding me? No. But it's not that bad, I hear.
So that's the thing. See, I have. That's the thing.
Right.
I've gotten 2 removed. So, like, I know the pain. The difference between this time and the last time is the last time I was awake. I watched the whole thing. And it's nothing more intriguing than seeing somebody, like, hacking at your tooth. Like, I mean, he was really getting it. I was sitting there, like, just watching this man just with a really. So this time I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
So I won't see it.
Right.
But it's not that. What it is it's the recovery. That's the pain, because once the numbness wears off,
right,
you just feel nothing but pain.
Okay.
And you know how you feel pain so bad that you always remember what it feels like?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like this pain, I done broke my wrist. I was gonna say sports hernias.
Tough guy football player here.
I done broke pinkies, all of that. Separate ACs, pulled hamstring, all of that. That wisdom tooth pain is 100 times worse than anything I just mentioned.
Were you just Tyvis, or were you Tyvis Powell when it happened the first time?
This was in 2015.
Okay, so you were a star.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I was a star. I was somebody.
No, don't be all humble. You were a star in 2015, right?
Are you asking me, was I national champ? I was a national champion.
How do you think you displayed your hands today?
I ain't drop a ball. I started to go out there one-handed, because I know people be trying to play me sometimes. So, I just want to go out there and catch everything in sight. Didn't drop no money today.
Anytime you try to act humble with me, I'm going to play that. Now,
that's a very humble approach, right?
I didn't drop no money out there. You're right, yeah.
That's what it's called.
Tried to catch one-handed, because,
I should have.
Okay, now, when they pull the teeth out, do you get them?
Yeah, you could get them. I don't want them.
Okay, here's my thought. As part of your 1870 Foundation, get them, autograph them, and sell it out to face autograph for the teeth.
What I look like? Mike Tyson?
And you could do that. Teeth? That's a plan right there.
No.
I'm telling you, some Buckeye fan would buy them. You don't think so?
No.
Bodie, back me up on this. Would some Buckeye fan buy Tyvis's autographed wisdom teeth?
God, I hope not.
Do you think they would, though?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, God, you guys are out of your mind.
You can't get, you won't be able to get those anywhere. Those is exclusive.
Exactly.
But no.
One of one.
No, I want to look at them for a while, to look at the pain that it caused me.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. That's selfish of you not to want to do that, but that's okay. The fans now on YouTube, watch your favorite shows live. Check out the videos, YouTube Shorts. How do you find us? Head to YouTube and search 97.1 The Fan. Don't forget to subscribe to The Fan's new YouTube channel. I'll wave at the camera now. But you can see me, you can see Tyvis, you can see Bodie today. There's Tyvis giving up the deuces there on that one. We got a big show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about the 2020 recruiting class, take a look back on that. We've got odds on the Big Ten winner for 2024. We'll go on the trail with latest Buckeye recruiting news. We'll do the CFB Pulse like we always do with Bodie. We'll obviously close out things with hashtag Buckeyes, but we are 95 days away from Akron. Tyvis.
That sounds so far away.
See, I think the exact opposite.
You think that's close?
I think it's close.
Anything close to 100 is far.
I don't think so. I think 95 days, I would consider that close. And
no, Tito, there's a lot that can happen in 95 days. That's way too far away. Like, that's football is not even a thought in my mind. Right now, it's baseball season.
Okay, so what's going on?
And NBA finals.
What is going on right now with a college football player when you're this far back? I know there's nothing going on necessarily like you have to do, but like, what would your life look like as a player around this time?
If I was in college or if I was in the NFL?
College.
What is it, May?
May 28th.
Okay, so right now they don't have classes because I think the summer classes don't start to June. So right now, this is like the most free time you ever have. Like during the whole years. Right now is the most free time you'll have. So this is one of those days you come in there because you don't got class. So you come in, I would get up early in the morning, like 6, 7 o'clock, go knock my workout out for the day. And the rest of the day, I can do whatever I want to do. So what does that consist of? Well, you want to be dedicated to your craft a little bit. Since you don't have nothing, you go work out. Workouts at the Woody is roughly an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. After that, you want to spend a minute or two, I'd say roughly 30 to 45 minutes doing some extra drills because you want your footwork to be good.
Okay.
Playing DB, that's your moneymaker, your feet. So I go out there, do some extra drills, do some ladders. After that, I would go get in the tanks, hot tank, cold tank, do those things. Then the rest of the day consists of me at home doing absolutely nothing.
Okay, as a leader on the team. Now, I know you said you get your workout in early, and then you do other stuff, and then you're gone. If you're one of the leaders on the team, should you be there longer, making sure the rest of the guys that you're leading are doing their stuff? Or what kind of role does that? What kind of role do you play as a leader in that scenario?
As a leader, if I remember correctly, it's optional. The times is optional, whatever time you want to come in there. So if you want to be a true leader in your position group, you make them all come in at one time. Okay. Why do you come in at one time? You all lift together. So you make sure everybody's doing their work. Everybody's lifting. Then afterwards, the leadership in you should take them out on the field and put them through drills, which is really good for young guys because you're really teaching them and you're really working on the little things. And that's the thing about like DB play. It's the littlest things. It's like steps. Like maybe your feet is too wide in your break. Maybe you didn't step and plant with the right foot. Like you can be petty and look at those things when it's one-on-one. Because when the season comes around, it's a clock going. You on the field for 2 hours and you got to get off. So you can't spend those extra times with your coach or somebody watching you to actually critique your pedal, your brakes, and all those things. So this is the time where you can critique your teammates and be like, hey, you need to do this. This will help you transition faster. You need to pull your elbow. You need to swing your arm. Like those things is where you can really look at it. And right now, if I was a leader, those are the things that I would be doing, critiquing each individual as we do drills.
What's curious to me now is, look, the players are professional players at the college level. They get paid. And they're going to be paid by the universities in addition to all the NIL stuff. Can we take the kid gloves off with you can only practice this many days, this many hours? No, so can we just take that off and
why
expand it a little bit?
They got to make it rules.
Why did I do that? But I understand.
Because they want to make sure everybody's fair. It's all fair. Everybody's doing the same thing.
What's fair is everyone can do what they want. Everyone can practice as much as they want. No, wouldn't that make you better as a player, or you think it would be overkill?
Overkill.
It would be.
Yeah. Overkill.
God, I keep thinking that if you were able to practice.
At what point did the body rest and recover?
Well, you get that. That is a fine line. I understand that. I'm just saying I think the line should be different now than it was before players were getting paid. I don't know, but I'm not saying go out there and run them in 100-degree heat.
What is this? The 80s?
No, I'm saying
they outlaw Tito. You can't do 2 and 3 and 4 days. They outlaw all of that.
I'm not saying that.
It is what they're doing now is they're looking for the longevity of everybody's career. They don't even really tackle in practice anymore, which is absurd to me.
When you say 2 hours and you got to get off the field, can't do anything else. I don't know why it can't be 2.5 or 3.
In the NFL, it's the same thing.
That's also ridiculous.
And if you don't, they're going to report you to the NFLPA and the coach will get fined.
We're 95 days away from Akron. What concerns you right now? What's your biggest concern about this team right now?
Still the offensive line. Like I said, until I see the consistency of an offensive line, and I need it to be more like it used to be, where these guys are physically removing people out the way, getting to the next level, creating these scenes for these running backs to get through, protecting their quarterback. I think that's, to me, is the biggest thing. Because last year was too wishy-washy. It was one game it looked good, then 2 games it didn't, then 2 games it did. Like, I needed to be consistent for 12 games. If that offensive line isn't good, the rest of the stuff is irrelevant. I don't care who they got, what they got going on offensively, who the offensive coordinator is, who the play none of that matters.
Right.
If the offensive line don't hold up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why I love the way the schedule's set up this year, too, because we've got 2 games, then a bye week, then a 3rd game to watch this team's offensive line. You know, the first 3 games are cupcakes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were cupcakes last year, too, weren't they, Bodie? But the first 3 games this year are easy ones. It should be easy ones, I should say.
Why you do that?
I just want to see who's paying attention over there. That's all.
Bodie,
I got a smile out
did you
of
think
it.
Ohio State's first 3 games was cupcakes?
I would say so, because the first 3 games were Indiana, Youngstown State,
And what was the third one?
and Western Kentucky.
Oh, was Notre Dame 4th?
Yes, it was.
Oh, see, look, I tried to jab it. It didn't work. The first 4 games last year were cupcakes. Edit that out of the podcast. I don't want that to come across that way. Okay. Nonetheless, you've got your first 5 weeks of the season consist of the 3 games I think they should win easily, and then at Michigan State, the 3 home games. So
I think did Michigan State hire Oklahoma State's coach? Is that
no, I don't think they hired. Who they hired? It wasn't
Oregon State.
Oregon State, yeah.
Okay.
From the power.
That's gonna take a while. You know, you got to come in, lay your foundation, and
Well, that team's a disarray. It's like it's going to take time for them. I know that they gave Tucker all that money.
they got ain't DJ Uiagalelei there? No, he went to Florida
he's
State.
Florida State, yeah.
I don't know why I thought he was at Michigan
Yeah,
State.
you're trying to put all kinds of people on Michigan State's roster right now. I don't know what you're doing there, but they need a lot of help.
I'm trying to give them a spark.
You're trying to give them something.
Trying to see if they got any. if the game can be interesting in any way.
It'll be interesting because it's at Michigan State, and they'll replay all those stupid highlights from that kicker making the field goal, running down the field. And
Why you got to talk about that?
Again, I was unintentional jamming you. I totally, it's one of those things, Tyvis, I started saying it, and halfway through my sentence, I realized I'm talking to a guy who was there. I probably shouldn't have brought that one up. That was totally, the jab at Bodie was intentional. This one was unintentional.
Yeah, whatever.
Coming up next, we're going to look back at the 2020 recruiting classes and reevaluate those. We'll do that next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit Coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, breezy, and tracking an isolated shower or thunder shower on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the low 70s. Overnight, we'll see showers and storms tapering off down to the mid-50s by Wednesday morning. We should start the day off dry, but not end that way. More scattered showers and possible thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. High temperatures only around 70 degrees. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
College radio done by professionals. This is the Buckeye Show.
You can't tell, but when they said professionals, they put air quotes around it. It's Tito Tyvis and Bodie with you. Bodie, how are you today, my friend? I didn't even ask you that question.
Tito, I am fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Had a rumor going around on Monday about you.
Oh, yeah? Is it a rumor I want to hear? Or?
Yeah, I was doing Morning Juice with Bobby and Shark. And we were talking about, first of all, how selfish Shark is for retiring.
Agreed. Yeah, I would agree on that.
I told him that. You know, you see guys that are actors working well into their 80s, and Shark's going to, you know, it's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah,
Seriously.
we're not a coal mine back here.
Exactly.
He's got like 400 days or something.
Yeah, it's like, we're right around the 400
Ask
day
him.
mark.
He knows.
He knows every day they talk about it. Anyway, the discussion came up, who's going to replace Shark? And he said Bodie is. He said Bodie's going to take his job. Shark said that.
Okay.
You doing the juice?
And
you going to wake up at 2 in the morning?
That sounds like you're the next man up. Just want you to be aware.
Okay.
That it's widely reported.
I don't know if it's big shoes to fill for Shark, but
yes,
I would try my best.
All right.
You'll have to get up at 2 in the morning and be here. So
it's a different life, man.
Yeah, I'll probably just throw a cot over in the cruise to sleep here.
You've got 1 year to get married because good luck dating with that lifestyle right there. The only people you're going to date are people you don't want to date because it's going to be awfully odd hours. I'm just letting you know. Do it now.
Okay, there's people just roaming around outside the building. Anybody single?
The deadline for Shark's retirement right next to his deadline for you to get married. Okay? Because if it doesn't happen by then, it ain't going to happen, Bodie. All right. So I saw this on The Athletic, and I want to get your thoughts on this, Tyvis. But they went through and looked back at the Max Olson did this article. It does a great job at The Athletic. By the way, subscribe to The Athletic. It's cheap and it's great stuff.
Isn't it
great
$1?
I don't know. Well, it depends they've got different specials they run, but, you know, Porty's on there, the guy we love. There's writers from all different parts of the country.
I just did the show with Jason Lloyd today. And
Did you?
And I tell him I'm not subscribed to The Athletic. So
why?
Because it's Jason Lloyd.
Oh. Anyway, they went back. Max went back, looked at the top 20 classes and re-ranked them. The 2020 recruiting classes, and what he did was he had, if the player was an All-American, an award winner, or a top 50 NFL draft pick, you got 5 points.
Okay.
Multi-year starter, all-conference honors, 4 points. A one-year starter or key reserve, 3 points. Career backup, 2 points. Minor or no contribution, got 0. Now, going back to 2020, Ohio State, according to this system, was fourth. And I had forgotten about this. It was a great class, first of all. You had Lathan Ransom in that class.
Okay, he's still
there.
Yeah.
Paris Johnson in that class.
First round pick.
JSN.
First round pick.
And a 3-star quarterback, C.J. Stroud.
Coleridge.
C.J. Stroud was a 3-star quarterback.
Coleridge Bernard.
I had forgotten he was a 3-star coming in.
Yeah.
Also, Trey Sermon transferred in that one, and he led the Buckeyes in rushing on their way to that national title game back then. So Cody Simon in that class as well. And it's funny, I mean, you go back and look at all these classes, Tyvis, and you see, and I know this is more about what teams got right and all that. That's great, but it's amazing how many 5-star and 4-star guys don't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's shocking sometimes, or you see them just transfer out of here because they feel like I'm that dude and I should be playing right away. And if that's not the case, then.
But you get these guys sometimes that they come in with so much hype and they're such a can't miss guy. I know they missed in the draft too, but is there a thread, is there a theme you've noticed among players that you thought or were told were going to be great when they came in? You know, why do you think most of them miss? Do you think there's any common or anything that happens more often than not with these guys? Is it an attitude thing? Is it a work ethic thing? Is it a system coaching thing?
I you know what? It's interesting because I think it could be a combination of any of those which you just named.
Right.
Some people come in, like some people are naturally just gifted. Mm-hmm. They're just naturally gifted.
Sure.
And they've been getting by just off of pure athleticism. They were just better than everybody.
Right.
And when you get to college, everybody catches up. And the thing about what I've learned, even on the highest level of football, because I remember doing this study to myself when I was in the NFL. What I noticed is it's not necessarily the talent. Like a lot of people, especially on the highest level, a lot of people have about the same talent.
Right.
Like everybody's athleticism is about the same. Everybody can do about the same amount of stuff.
Right.
What it is above shoulders. That's where you separate yourself. What makes players so much better than others is that they study the game of football and they know what's coming. They can anticipate what's about to happen, and they're able to make plays because of that. If you come in here in high school, I just was faster than everybody, so I just ran past everybody. Right. You get to college, well, everybody's pretty fast in college. They're getting there at least, so you're not doing that anymore. So what are you doing to help yourself become better? What are you doing? Are you running better routes? Are you just catching the ball better? Are you a better tackler? Can you understand what an offense is doing or what a defense is doing?
Right.
Like that's the thing. And then the last one could be scheme. In high school, this is what I did. I was really good at doing this. But in college, they run something totally different than what I'm used to. And I'm not accustomed to that yet. So I got to get my body used to understanding the concepts they run, understanding the language that they speak, understanding how if this guy plays do this, I got to do this. Like it's so many different variables to what makes somebody not be successful off the bat. And the difference between a lot of people is some people are so used to instant satisfaction, instant success that they don't know what it's like to have to work at something. Like for me, I was not that great. As a matter of fact, I was a safety in high school. Got to Ohio State, was a corner my first year.
Right.
Then
you got to safety,
Then I transitioned to nickel.
Okay.
Then I transitioned to safety. So it was just a whole bunch of different stuff that I had to learn. So, and I had to work at it. The reason that I didn't play my freshman year is because I wasn't ready yet.
Now, you came in as a 3-star, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in your time at Ohio State, I'm not going to ask you to name any specific names, but were there guys that came in with a lot of hype during your time at Ohio State that you knew early on they weren't going to work out? They weren't going to be. I'm not asking for your name, but like, is there something like when you saw, you said that guy right there, he is not going to be here long term, or he's not going to live up to the hype?
Well, you got to remember that for one, there was no transfer portal like that.
Sure. Yeah.
So the guys that I saw. That is funny because I used to do this study all the time.
Right.
What is he? How how many stars is he?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you a 5-star? Let me see.
Yeah,
I just want to see what, because I was a 3-star. I wanted to see what a 5-star looked like. And they get there, we started doing some drills and stuff, and I'll be looking like
that guy.
Really?
Right, yeah.
Like, is this the guy? But anyways, no, a lot of the people that they may have started off rough. Right. Like my boy Armani Reeves. I can tell you, because I'll tell him, he knows I tell him this all the time. I came in early. Armani Reeves was in the same recruiting class as me, but I came in January.
Right.
When he came in the summertime, I'm used to Coach Mick. Like, I'm used to the workouts and the intensity and all those things as I've done it. Armani got here, and it was like too much. It was like,
really?
Yeah, he was like, we was in the weight room doing a set. We was doing pull-ups or something. Right. And he was like, I can't do no more. And that was the first time I heard somebody say that, because I'm like, you better figure it out.
Right,
like, and he was like, no, I can't do it anymore. I got to go to the training room. And I said, you can't do that. So he literally ran out the weight room, ran to the training room. And I said, he ain't going to make it.
Right.
I said, he is not going to make it. And boom, sure enough, Armani became a really good player for us. So, yeah, that was the situation right there.
Here's what I think you guys should do. You should have done. We should do it going forward. You're a 3-star. Mm-hmm. When you come out there for practice, somewhere on your body, you have to have 3-star stickers, okay? And if a 5-star receiver tries to get by you and you doesn't say, like, you pick him off or whatever, you do something, make a great tackle on somebody, you get to take one of their stars. So you can take that 5-star receiver.
The star thing doesn't matter. I swear it's just about athleticism. I think that's really what it goes on.
Well, it matters
goes
now just because of the NIL stuff.
It goes, but I think it goes off of size and athleticism, to be honest with you, because for me, I don't understand how I was only a 3-star.
Right.
Like what I was doing was like, you had to go pro to see it. Like at that time, I was a safety in high school, but I was so good that I was playing corner.
Right.
And this is back when Richard Sherman and Brandon Browner, all these tall corners was just hitting the scene.
Right.
So it was like new. So people would look at me like, first of all, they say I'm 6'3" and I play corner. They be like, you ain't 6'3". Then they come meet me and be like, oh yeah, you really are 6'3".
Right.
And to see me move like that was crazy. So I don't understand how I was only a 3-star, to be honest with you.
I looked up on the 3-star thing on you, and it said by the end of your college career, you were like the DeVere Posey of defensive backs. Coming up next, we've got some odds on the Big Ten winner for 2024. We'll do that next. Buckeye Show on the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing. Churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
My guys at Germain Lexus are getting ready for the Memorial. What they do every single year is let the golfers drive around in beautiful Lexuses for the week. Then they take those cars and sell them to you. You could be driving Rory's car. The Germain all-month-long celebration's going on right now. You can get great deals like this one. 2024 RX 350, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $49.99 down, $519 a month. I just picked up my brand new RX 350 a few weeks ago. It is plush. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh. Call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
This offer is only available at Reichert Ford. 0% financing for 72 months on every 2023 Ford F-150 in stock. Take advantage of Reichert's rate before it's too late. Lock in your 0% rate and take a new truck home today. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
See dealer for details. N6324.
Exclusively at Reichert Ford. 0% for 72 months is now available on every new 23 F-150 in stock. Hundreds of trucks at ReichertFord.com. We're dealing.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. Under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics will help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved. And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Preseason, midseason, offseason. We keep on rolling. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show, Tito Tyvis, Bodie with you here until 8 o'clock tonight. Next, or the rest of the week, it'll be me and DeVere in these here chairs. Tyvis and I are watching over here, Bodie, that's there, the Minnesota Dallas preview stuff and everything. And you and I both Celtics fans. Dallas going for the sweep tonight of Mike Conley and the Timberwolves. And Tyvis said, do you think Dallas has a chance against Boston? And I said, no, I don't think they do. What do you think? Do you think,
a chance? Yeah, well, for sure.
A decent chance. Do they have it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I think it's at a point that I think for a handful of years there, it was just always Cleveland and Golden State, and it felt like nobody else on either side had a chance.
Right.
And even going back to basically whatever team LeBron was on in the East, nobody else had a chance. I think it's been a handful of years now where it's pretty coin flip. Like, whoever makes it. Last year it felt like Denver was definitely going to take it.
Right.
But they weren't some, unstoppable team. Miami just... God, I still don't understand how that Miami Heat team made the finals, but they did, so God bless them. The year before that, Phoenix and Milwaukee. 2 years ago was Golden State, Boston. That one was a coin flip. Before that, Phoenix, Milwaukee. I think this would be another one. If you told me Porzingis was healthy, I'd feel pretty good going into it, but that's a pretty big if.
The stupid rule the NBA has where if Dallas wins tonight, 9 days off where they play? Is that what
Next Thursday's game one.
Okay,
so
a long break.
9 days,
A long break. And so that helps Porzingis' calls. I hate the way they do that, though. I hate the way they wait so long to play these games. They used to play afternoon NBA. Now I'm get off my lawn. Now I sound old. They used to play some afternoon playoff games. You could have a double header, like a 3:30 game, like in the conference finals. We don't have any of that kind of stuff anymore. And so the 9 days off is stupid, but good for the Celtics. The odds for the Big Ten championship in basketball, football. God, came out. And Ohio State, the favorite, obviously, they're plus 160 to win the Big Ten. Oregon second at plus 210. Go all the way down the list, and one last is Indiana at plus 40,000. But after Ohio State and Oregon, you've got Penn State at plus 450, Michigan plus 525, then a big jump to USC at plus 1,600, Iowa plus 3,000, Washington plus 4,000. And although I do agree that Ohio State and Oregon are absolutely the two favorites in this, and they should be this year. With the fact that Oregon got Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback that transferred over there, plus all the other talent they have, what Ohio State's had. Yes, and that game on October 12th in Eugene is going to be awesome. I'm not sold on Penn State being the third best team in the Big Ten this year. Are you?
No, because I don't think they did enough at the wide receiver position. I know they got Julian Fleming.
Right.
He's a good player, but is he going? Do they still got what's his name? Lambert, I think that's his name. Like I just feel like Drew Aller didn't have a lot of weapons. He didn't have enough weapons, especially in the receiving game. Like their receivers last year were terrible. And I don't think Julian Fleming is just going to move the needle that much. So that kind of worries me a little bit. I know they lost some corners. They had some good corners, lost them. So they got to reload at the corner position. As you know, this is a passing league. And if you can't stop them, if you ain't got no pass rush and you ain't got no corners that can cover, it can get long days out there. So I'm not sold. I would actually put the Wolverines over them, actually.
Okay, so that's what I say. The next thing I was going to ask you was, after I said that, I looked at it and just like doing the quick glance, I said, there's no way Penn State's the third best team in the Big Ten. Then I was looking at the other teams and doing some study on them, and I don't know who the hell the third best team is. Like, I'm not going to Michigan there with all the turnover they've had. USC? You can't put USC there, can you?
Why can't you?
Because they've got a lot of turnover also. They just lost their Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, and they can't defend anybody.
I'm not going to sleep on the Wolverines like I have been in the past. I think that they still got enough because they are running first team.
Right.
And they still got a good running back, a top running back in the country, and they still got a good offensive line. Now, as far as the passing game goes, that raises eyebrows, but that's not what they really want to do to begin with. They want to run that quarterback, and they're going to run that running back, and they're going to throw to the tight end. That's about it. But defensively, they still got some interior guys, and they still got Will Johnson, who some people say is the best corner in college.
And you've got then USC, the odds after that, then Iowa. New offensive coordinator, finally somebody with the last name of Ferentz is going to run the offense. You got Washington, all the turnover they had. Nebraska with Dylan Raiola in there now as the quarterback.
You ain't buying it?
But I'm just I'm looking at it. I don't know who I would like. If you told me I had to place a bet on a third team, it's not Wisconsin. It's not Maryland.
Why not Wisconsin?
Wisconsin was supposed to be so much better last year.
Yeah, they were good, and then they kind of fell off a cliff.
They ended up going 5-4 in the Big Ten, 7-6 overall.
I feel like they started off like 5-0 and just lost 4 straight.
It's what it seems like. I know, and not a knock on Fick, but their offense is supposed to be so much better last year, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, it's not like Fick is an offensive guru.
He's not. But they brought in though. Was it the offensive coordinator from North Carolina? Is that what they brought in?
Yeah,
Bo, do you remember?
Running like the air raid?
Yeah, an air raid type thing they were bringing in. Yeah, and so they were supposed to be much better.
See
Tanner Mordecai, I think, was the quarterback there.
But think about that though. Why did you think that worked? This is a team who historically has been a run first team. And you think that you're just gonna flip it to air raid in 1 year and think that you don't even have the guys on the you ain't even got the right players for that.
It's so much easier to do it now though because of the transfer portal. But I think back to when Michigan tried to flip it with Rich Rod when he came in with like the way he wanted to run a different kind of offense and how poorly that went.
I was about to say that was a disaster.
Right. But I think that I know Wisconsin's identity has always been to run the ball. And but I don't see Like, I don't have a problem with them switching like that. It's just it didn't work out last year. I don't think it's as big a deal now to change on a dime with what you're going to do because of how much you can bring in on the transfer portal, how many changes you can make there. Speaking of the transfer portal, Deion Sanders in Colorado. Now, I'm, admittedly a Deion fan. I root for Deion. I hope he does well at Colorado. They had a great start last year. What would be a successful season, do you think, for Colorado this year after they had a great start last year?
They're in the Big 12, right?
Yeah, they're in the Big 12 now, and then fizzled out dramatically.
What is a successful season? 9-3.
I think 9-3 for him. Okay. Yeah, I think that I don't think they'll get to 9-3, but I do think that it could be that. What we got here?
I didn't know the Dodgers was winning.
Dodgers are winning now?
Yeah.
Look out. Top of the 10th, yeah. We do it all here on the Buckeye Show. We will do some more Big 12 talk, though, later on in the show with the College Football Pulse. I think we got that on there for that. Yes, we do. And coming up next, though, we're going to go on the trail, give you the latest on Buckeye recruiting next. We'll do that. This is the Buckeye Show on 97.1 The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and Dabir Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
O'Reilly. Extend the life of your engine with regular oil changes and save at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, pick up 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $31.99. Or upgrade to a MicroGuard Select filter for just $2 more. Limits apply. Available in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My guys at Germain Lexus are getting ready for the Memorial. What they do every single year is let the golfers drive around in beautiful Lexuses for the week. Then they take those cars and sell them to you. You could be driving Rory's car. The Germain all-month-long celebration's going on right now. You can get great deals like this one. 2024 RX 350, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $49.99 down, $519 a month. I just picked up my brand new RX 350 a few weeks ago. It is plush. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, germainlexus.com.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
The best kind of power is star power. Let's go on the trail.
Sponsored by Whiskey War, by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
All right, here we go on the trail. Tito, Tyvis, and Bodie leading you on the trail. And on ESPN's rankings for the top 25 classes for recruiting for football, Ohio State, they're at number 1 with 10 recruits in the ESPN 300. Tavion St. Clair is their top offensive prospect. Cornerback Naheem Alford is the top defensive prospect. And I have not seen Tavion St. Clair play yet. I know he plays for Bell Fountain. I think they played against Watterson in the state championship game or state semifinal last year. But he's a guy who has jumped up the charts as far as recruiting goes, where now he's a 5-star guy. And it's just that they keep doing this. Oh, I don't know how they can keep getting these. Now, I know 2025, he could, things could change between now and then based on what happens with like Julian Sayin, Aaron Noland, and the situation with Ohio State quarterbacks. But St. Clair has thrown for almost 6,000 yards over the last 2 seasons and completed about 70% of his passes. Dude's the real deal, man. God.
Ain't he like 6'4" or something like that, too?
I believe he is around that size. He's like 6'4" and about 215 pounds. We had offers, from Alabama, Florida, all the big dogs that wanted him. LSU was after him.
His story, he's easy to root for because of the way he even came on the scene. Like, he came to a camp.
Right.
Where nobody even really knew who he was.
Yeah.
And he impressed them so much that they asked him to come back, and they kept working with him there, and he just took coaching well. And he gravitated to what the coaches were saying, and he seen just improvement in like a 2-day camp or 3-day camp or something like that. So and then after that, that's when his name just blew up.
Right.
Ohio State offered him, and he just blew up out of nowhere. And ever since then, it's been nothing but good things said, and all his performances have been really good since then. So he's a hard worker, and he takes coaching, and that is honestly what it takes to be great. It's somebody that wants to be coached, a guy that you could tell him one time and he can fix it right away and come back and just look even better. Like he has all the qualities of a really good quarterback in college.
At what point, I don't know the rule on this, I'm just curious, at what point can anybody talk NIL with him? Is it when he enrolls? Is it when he...
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay, let me see how it goes. Okay, so right now, he's a class of 2025.
Yes.
So he's got another year of high school still.
Mm-hmm.
And he's verbally committed to Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that he can be talked. I can't believe NIL stuff can be talked about now. Can it be?
What year is he? 25?
25.
I feel like around this time you can get a range of where you
think you'll be and where he wants to be.
I think they can come up with a range. Like, you can be around this.
Right.
But usually you be around whatever the position group is at that college. So if quarterbacks at Ohio State is
it's got to be expensive.
Getting 100,000, then he'll be somewhere around 100,000.
Right.
That's typically how it works. But like, to have a set number, I don't think you will know that until you like enrolled.
Okay. Yeah. So now think about that. Is there going to be a time when Ohio State or somebody, like if you look at Ohio State's, how loaded their quarterback room is right now? I know Will Howard's going to be gone. Who knows about Devin Brown, Lincoln Keenholz? But you've also got, Aaron Noland in there, and you got Julian Sayin.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point where it's like, hey, we like this guy, but we can't afford him. We can't add him into it. We can't find, and so where school will turn down a 5-star recruit, especially at quarterback, because we've got our money wrapped up in these 4 quarterbacks or these 3 quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like, would that ever happen?
I don't know. Well, I know that now that they got new rules coming, I mean, they have to find a way to make it work. But that's the thing, though. Like, if you're not a starter, you can't imagine you're going to get paid. Like, if the starting quarterback at Ohio State is making $1 million, you're not about to get $1 million, be sitting on the bench. Like, that's just not going to work.
I understand, but I'm saying but I wonder, like, look at Arch Manning, I'm sure, gets some money. NIL money, right?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Without being the starting quarterback, he might be the highest paid backup.
Well, he's Arch Manning.
I understand. So what I'm wondering, though, like if there's ever a situation where you might see a school say, you know what, I know you committed to us, and I'm not saying it'll happen here with Tavion St. Clair, but like, hey, I know you committed to us, but look, we've got X amount of dollars spent on quarterbacks, and they're already spoken for, and so
I think that that depends on fan base.
Right.
I think at The Ohio State University, a kid like him that's from Ohio,
right.
I think they can find a way to get him his money, whatever that number may be.
There's a 2025 four-star edge rusher. I got this from Land Grant Holy Land, and Marion Dye is his name, and he has got his final. He's got to say final. I'm just going to do it again, but he's whittled down his list of schools he's considering. He's got it down to 8 right now. He's a 4-star out of Elkhart, Indiana. It includes Tennessee, Georgia, Penn State, Florida State, Ohio State, Michigan, Purdue, among those. And then I don't know who this other school is, but anyway, who's that school right there?
Purdue? Oh, no. That's LSU.
Oh, that's LSU's Tiger?
Yeah.
It looks funny to me. Oh, well.
I was getting bad with that.
Don't do that.
When you hit 85,
don't you dare. Don't you dare.
You got to squint to see.
I never make fun of you, and you're sitting there doing this to me. Unbelievable. But, yeah, Ohio State's in on him. And then also there's another one, a 4-star defensive lineman from Florida that they are in on as well. And this is for the class of I'm sorry, we get the 2025 Myron Charles, but they're also in the mix for a 5-star down there in Florida as well. But he's got it down to 6 schools. He's got Florida, Texas, the U, Georgia, Ohio State, and Florida State. I am always amazed when Ohio State can go down and if they can get a non-wide receiver from the state of Florida.
Florida?
This guy's from Port Charlotte, Florida.
What position?
He's a defensive lineman, 6'5", 285. Like, that's got the U written all over for me.
I mean, what are you throwing out? You know what, though? I wonder, do you think Florida will ever be like Florida again? Because of the Jada Rashada thing?
Yeah, I think it's got to hurt him. You know, the lawsuit coming out now.
Miami have something like that, too?
I don't know if Miami's was at that level. They may have had something. It seems like this guy got screwed around by the collective down there.
That dude right there?
Rashada, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rashada, yeah.
Yeah, he did. And now he is at, where's he at now? Is he at Georgia? No, he's not at Georgia.
He went somewhere big time. Where is he?
Where did Rashada go?
I think it is
Georgia. Georgia? Yeah, Georgia. Okay. He's at Georgia there. So, and I feel like that. I mean, I get Ohio State getting receivers out of the state of Florida. I get all that. When it comes to guys like this, though, it always amazes me when they get somebody like this type of player out of the state of Florida.
Well, I mean, Ohio State is an attractive place. I mean, you can't deny the fact that first of all, you want to go to a place where you're going to get developed and you're going to go to a place where you're going to get exposure. Mm-hmm. Ohio State does both of those things. I mean, they got 2 DNs right now that looks like they're going to be drafted pretty high. You know, You got Mike Hall. If this guy 265, 285, he probably plays inside. Yeah. Mike Hall just went second round. So it's there. You see the production there. You see that you can be successful. You can get drafted high in the draft and have a good career. So Ohio State will always be attractive to anybody.
This season will be so important for defensive recruiting going forward.
No, this season will be important for offensive line going forward.
Well, that too, yeah. But I'm saying, you're absolutely right. You're totally true on that one. But just like if this defense balls out the way it's supposed to.
Oh, and they go and all of them go about top 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's like Georgia. That's why Georgia was so attractive, because they had the draft where it seemed like every NFL team wanted a Georgia player on their roster.
Right.
And it was going first 3 rounds, somebody from Georgia was going.
Right.
So Ohio State could definitely do the same thing. Even the Wolverines pulled that last year. They had their guys going a lot in early rounds. So, yeah, it's a big year for Ohio State.
All right, coming next, it's top of the hour Sports Center update, and then Bodie's going to hit us up with the College Football Pulse. We'll do all that next. This is the Buckeye Show on 97.1 The Fan.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet Store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
And now we're on our way with COTA, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, COTA moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit COTA.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you could lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at upstart.com today. That's upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Buddy Wells. The Columbus Blue Jackets made the news official today as Don Waddell has been named the team's new general manager and president of hockey operations. Waddell spent the last 6 seasons in a similar role for the Carolina Hurricanes. On the ice, the conference finals continue tonight with Game 4 of these finals. The Panthers host the Rangers with New York leading the series 2-1. Face-off is at 8. We'll have Game 4 of the West Finals tomorrow night in Edmonton between the Stars and Oilers. Dallas leads that series 2-1. In the NBA, we have Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals tonight in Dallas between the Mavs and Timberwolves. The Mavericks lead the series 3-9. Tip-off is at 8:30. You can hear that game here on The Fan with coverage starting at 8. Last night, the Celtics won the East and clinched their spot in the finals with a 105-102 win over the Pacers. Baseball tonight, the Reds look for a 5th straight win as they host the Cardinals. Andrew Abbott is on the bump. Meanwhile, the Guardians are at the Rockies. Tristan McKenzie is on the mound in that one. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
Hey, Bodie, this YouTube thing that we're doing, do you think everyone's happy with like management and all that kind of stuff? Like it's going to stick around probably?
I would think so.
I just got a text.
Well, I was going to say it's pretty easy. Like once it's kind of up and running, it just goes. But honestly, when it goes down, I know nothing about it, and I know there are a lot of people who do know how to run it, so maybe I shouldn't say it's easy because maybe it's really hard. I have no idea.
My mom just texted me. Sit up straighter. Your shirt is wrinkly around your boobs. Shirt's wrinkly around my boobs is what she says to me.
Well, that's nice.
Thanks for
just trying to help you out. Yeah,
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
She's looking out for you.
That's fine. Now I got to sit up straight.
We could all probably sit up straighter.
Now I'm all worried
That's
about.
why I try to stand half the time during the show.
When did I take my shirt off in the last break?
I've never thought about
show's always
doing
2
that.
hours, and I know that. At least I always try to make 1 hour standing because I know that halftime I end up hunched over. So
I used to stand all the time. It's harder with the screens being where they're at.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
we could probably
I'm about to try.
If we had
maybe you could say something. Get that to the higher ups.
You're right. What they want to hear is from Tito. Weekend Tito. Hey, I've got an idea. I know.
You never know.
No.
Bodie just can help. This is part of my weight loss training.
There it is right there.
You got to stand up. I've been sitting too long. That's why I've been gaining weight, Tito.
My mom just said Tyvis's boobs are hanging out wrinkly around. Anyway, okay, let's do the CFB Pulse. Let's
they say sitting is the new smoking, which I don't believe for a second because I find it hard to believe that sitting is as bad as smoking.
I can't believe it is either. Trust me. I've never someone got chair cancer.
I'm not a doctor, but exactly, yeah. I find that hard to believe. All right, guys, we'll start with this one from 24/7 Sports. They gave a sleeper team for each of the Power 4 conferences. Rest in peace to the two-pack. I think you could call almost every team in the Big 12 a sleeper school because it just seems like wide open. I don't know if anybody's great. Not sure if anybody's terrible.
Right.
But they went with Arizona for that one. In the ACC, it's Louisville. In the Big 10, it's Penn State. And then in the SEC, they went with Tennessee. So what do you guys think about those 4 schools? Of course, for us, it hits home with Penn State in particular. I don't know if they really qualify as a sleeper per se, but
that's because it's so heavy favored on the Buckeyes in Oregon. Like I said, Penn State got a chance. I wouldn't call them the sleeper team. I just don't. I see them being like 10-2 or 9-3 this year. I don't see it from the wide receiver standpoint. Do they still got both running backs? I think they do.
Singleton and Allen, right?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But like, as far as I'm not a big Drew Aller fan to begin with, and he needs weapons. So that one's Arizona. The reason that they're high on Arizona because Arizona took USC to the wire last year, and they should have won the game. But I think USC ended up doing some last-minute heroics. But they really had like a decent team with a good coach. So I think that's why Arizona's in there.
Their coach went to Washington.
Right.
Yeah. Jed Fish.
What?
Yeah.
Arizona's coach left and went to Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Arizona was good last year. They won, I believe, 9-10 games, throwing in the bowl game there. Yes, breaking news.
They've been going for a while, right?
Arizona, whatever DeBoer left for Washington.
Yeah, around that time. Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
Also, Kennedy dead. John F. Kennedy was shot recently. I don't know that also as well. But Penn State, the reason they're the sleeper though is because they're so far behind Ohio State and Oregon in the odds.
Yeah.
Like you usually wouldn't think a team that's got the third best odds would be a sleeper, but because there's such a difference there where they're at, I think that's why
what was
there.
It was 210 and
like 160 for Ohio State, 210 for Oregon Lake, and then 450 for Penn State.
Man, that is a big drop.
Penn State does not play Michigan this year. They get Ohio State at home. Washington at home. They play at Wisconsin, at USC.
Yeah, this is probably their stretch. You kind of said it. I'll get it in the order here. They're at USC. Then they do have a bye. Right. Then at Wisconsin. Home for Ohio State. Home for Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably got to take 3 of those 4 if you want to be the quote-unquote.
Yes, I would think so, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they could take 2 of those 4 to still make the playoff, but then you got to run the table otherwise.
Yep.
They open at West Virginia.
Right.
West Virginia was pretty solid last year. I think they won 8 or 9 games.
Man, fine.
The Tennessee in the SEC,
Hey, listen, Tennessee is done. It's done. They had their year 2 years ago.
It's done.
It's done.
You think Tennessee's done?
Yeah, it's done. I don't think it's.
Wow.
It just doesn't. Like, they had that 1 year with 2 years ago with Hyatt and all of those guys, but
I don't know.
I don't see it happening again. I just don't see it happening again.
With the Alabama's got all this completely turned over. It seems like not completely. Carson Beck's back. But
I feel like they're gonna go like 10-2.
Tennessee?
No,
Alabama.
I think they're gonna be like 10-2.
Tennessee gets Alabama at home. They have to play at Georgia, at Oklahoma. Other than that, it's not like host Chattanooga.
That's 3 losses, right? Well, maybe not Oklahoma.
I don't know. Host Chattanooga at NC State.
NC State was good last year.
NC State was good last year.
Solid non-conference there.
At Oklahoma, at Arkansas. Arkansas is decent. Home against Florida. Home against Alabama. Home against Kentucky. Home against Mississippi State. That's 4 home games. I don't know if you're keeping track at home. At Georgia. Host UTEP. At Vanderbilt. I think
the schedule ain't bad.
No, I think they're a decent sleeper choice.
It's done.
All right. Tyvis buried Tennessee today.
Is done.
Tennessee is buried according to Tyvis.
Penn State is about in the same boat. It's done.
All right, what do you got next for us, Bo?
Next up, guys, this one coming from CBS Sports here. Coaches facing new expectations in the new 12-team college football playoff era, which will last 2 years, then we go to 14 teams. But nevertheless, we have 7 names here. I'll rip through them. Pretty Big Ten heavy flavor here. So it's James Franklin, Lane Kiffin, then Lincoln Riley, Hugh Freeze, Luke Fickell, Kyle Whittingham, and Josh Heupel. So speaking of Tennessee, he's on there again. But what do you guys think about maybe some of the Big Ten teams or Big Ten coaches in there and that whole list in general?
Well, I don't feel like it's for Fickell. Fickell's going to get plenty of time to do it at Wisconsin. I certainly think James Franklin absolutely is under a lot of pressure.
Is he number one?
I don't think listen to them.
I don't think it was in order.
Just like they just the first one on there.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley for sure.
Lincoln Riley for sure. James Franklin for sure. And then
I don't know why Tennessee's coach is. He just had a good year 2 years ago.
He did.
And
I don't think
last year.
I don't think it's pressure as much as just like a little bit more expectation.
Yes.
It's like
you know, expectation, right? Yes.
Like when there's 12 teams in the play, like making the 14 playoff was really hard. Like one game.
They ain't making.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying though, if you're Tennessee, I think that's fair expectations as a fan, as their program, to say like, hey, we should be in this on a regular basis.
So we look at it. We break down the 12. What it's going to be likely 3 Big Ten teams, right? 3 SEC teams in all likelihood. The Power 5 one that gets in, that's 7 right there. And then you got to do the champions from Big 12, ACC, maybe Notre Dame this year, I guess, should be in there as well.
That's 9 or 10 right there.
Yeah. So, the expectation for Penn State should be CFP every year. That should be their expectation.
Yeah. Now, I don't think they'll make it every year, but that, to me, Penn State, Southern Cal for sure.
Southern Cal should be in contention.
Some of these schools, like Ole Miss, really needs to make it this year, I think. They have a lot coming back. They were really good last year. I think that, like Lane Kiffin's probably more of a looking at this year.
Right.
I think Penn State, SC, Auburn's hard to tell. They're either playing for the national title or going 6-6. It feels like. So I don't know. Sure. Yeah, Luke Fickell's probably a little bit more of a long-term thing. He's, they go 8-4 this year. He's not getting fired. Obviously,
what conference is UCF in?
They are in the Big 12.
Big 12 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not mention the school that Tyvis loves to have you mention?
I said Kyle Whittingham.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
Utah.
And they're another school that's like, I mean, they probably would have made it a few times over the last handful of years.
Yes,
and now I think that's reasonable expectation. It's so hard what to make of the Big 12. And I mean, speaking of, if we want to scroll down to this next one here, Big 12 odds for this season. We hit on the Big 10 earlier. So it's Kansas State and Utah. They're tied for first at plus 350. Kansas is plus 650. I mean, think about that for a second.
It's amazing.
This is a conference that we're talking about. Kansas State, Utah, and Kansas is the top 3 schools to win it. And then behind that, it's Arizona. They're plus 750. And then Texas Tech and Iowa State are at plus 1,000. I'm not going to read through all the schools here. CBS Sports said the best bet to win it is Utah. The worst bet is Kansas. So sorry to the Jayhawk fans there. The value pick would be Oklahoma State at plus 1,200. Long shot, Colorado plus 4,000 if you're really feeling Coach Prime in year 2 there. But yeah, it's kind of hard to believe that one of these schools is going to be more than likely getting one of the top 4 seeds. It's not a guarantee. Of course,
they're the top 4 rated conference champions.
Exactly. So the group of 5 or group of 6, whatever it is now, they could end up grabbing one of those 4. But more than likely, whoever wins this conference. And look, they could be good, but it's just, even Utah in some of their best years in recent years has been like a 10-2, 9-3. They have a tendency to punch above their weight, which we give credit to, but I don't think anybody's looked at them as this is one of the best 4 teams in college football. They weren't ever really that close to making the playoff. It's just a weird conference, man.
This is the smallest of the Big 4, right? This is the least of the Big 4.
Schools?
Yeah, no, just talent. Talent in football, yes.
I don't think it's any question. I mean, at least the ACC. You still have Florida State, and they probably should have made it last year if Travis doesn't snap his leg in 2.
Right.
And you still have Clemson. I know they've taken a step back, but I'm not ready to bury them just yet. Right. And I think if Clemson was in this conference, everybody would be like, yeah, they're going to win.
Even the Big 12 is, it's like there's no big dog over there, and that's the problem. Which I guess that makes it good for the Big 12 because it makes it
be competitive. Yeah, all these schools are going every year. Feel like
it's not like we're ever going to look and say, you know what, the national champion is coming out of the Big 12. I don't see
more than likely. Yeah.
I don't see it.
I look at this Big 12, and I was trying to look and see if there was a game that would interest me. If there's a game I'd really like to see those 2 teams play.
Utah and Colorado.
Maybe Utah, Colorado might be the only one. Because
it feels like it's going to have a lot of back half of the top 25 ranked matchups.
Right. Which
isn't a bad thing.
They got UCF, the national champions. What was that, 20?
Yeah,
that might be their most recent
Scott
title.
Frost was there. Is that was Scott Frost the head coach there? Where I think Levitard anointed them national champions. But yeah, so there's nothing, there's no sizzle in this conference for me except for Dion, and they're not going to be that good.
Says who?
Okay, are you going to bury Kansas football now too? Since you already buried Tennessee and Penn State, do you want to bury Kansas?
Kansas is not going to be no more than they never going to win no more than 7 games.
They might this year. I don't know their schedule.
What did they win last year?
I think they won 6 or 7.
I thought they won more than that last year.
2 years ago, they started off on fire.
They were 9-4 last year.
And then they fell off a cliff.
Here's your Kansas
9
schedule.
wins for Kansas is
that's like a
hang the banner.
I'm not sure, but looking at their schedule, their opener might be against a high school team, Lindenwood. That's who they're hosting.
Is that in Lawrence?
Do you know what the name of Kansas's field is? What their name is now?
Fieldhouse, right?
No, the football field. You're right. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Children's Mercy Park, which is fitting to play Lindenwood at Children's Mercy Park.
Show no mercy.
What's the rest of their schedule?
At Illinois.
They'll win that one.
Host UNLV.
Should win.
At West Virginia. They play TCU, it looks like, at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
I got my money on TCU.
At Arizona State, host Houston. At Kansas State, host Iowa State. At BYU, host Colorado. At Baylor. Their schedule is set up like I've never seen before for a college football team. They go
coast to coast, baby.
Home away the entire way.
Do they really?
They never have back-to-back home games or back-to-back road games.
Big 12, it'll be fun. That should just be like their new slogan. You know, the SEC, it means more. Big 10. I don't know, does the Big 10 really have one?
On Morning Juice yesterday, Shark came up with one. The next CBJ, like their big theme thing, the join the battle, fifth line, whatever. The one he came up with after the Three Jackets were involved in the end of the Florida-New York game. Panarin scored the goal, assisted by Roslovich on Sergei. Mm-hmm. And Shark's logo, Shark's new phrase, I think will catch on, is if you don't do good here, do good somewhere else.
You come here, we'll develop you.
And you can go somewhere else, right?
You go and almost win the Stanley Cup.
You can go play somewhere else, right? All right. Thank you for the pulse on that there, Bodes. And coming up next, they're speaking again with the Power Conferences. A Power 5 conference set a record for revenue in 2022-2023, but it won't change the fact a couple of teams want out. We'll do that next. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved. Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited, nervous, terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
My guys at Germain Lexus are getting ready for the Memorial. What they do every single year is let the golfers drive around in beautiful Lexuses for the week. Then they take those cars and sell them to you. You could be driving Rory's car. The Germain all-month-long celebration's going on right now. You can get great deals like this one. 2024 RX 350, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $49.99 down, $519 a month. I just picked up my brand new RX 350 a few weeks ago. It is plush. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly sunny, breezy, and tracking an isolated shower or thunder shower on this Tuesday. Temperatures in the low 70s. Overnight, we'll see showers and storms tapering off down to the mid-50s by Wednesday morning. We should start the day off dry, but not end that way. More scattered showers and possible thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. High temperatures only around 70 degrees. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Tailgating is a state of mind. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
It's the Buckeye Show. Tito, Tyvis, Bodie. Thanks so much for tuning in with us tonight. Big news out of Major League Baseball. I know it's a Buckeye Show, but still, I want to keep people informed. I don't know if you saw this or not, Bodes, but on Wednesday, they are officially accepting Negro League Baseball stats into Major League Baseball.
I did see that, yeah. Makes sense, right? I'm not a baseball historian, but...
Yeah. It's so Ty Cobb will no longer be the all-time batting average leader in baseball. That will go to Josh Gibson. Ty Cobb retired with a 367 average. Gibson now at 372 will become the new leader there. Other stats will be affected, obviously. Single-season batting average, Josh Gibson's 466 back in 1943. That will now be the new standard for a single season, which no one will ever get to, ever again. Gibson takes over the career OPS from Babe Ruth. Gibson was 1.177. Ruth was 1.164. So you're going to see some interesting changes there in the career leaders. Long overdue, I think. It's cool that baseball's doing this and recognizing the Negro Leagues. And I saw the one quote at the end where of the story in The Athletic, which I told Ty to subscribe to, but he won't. But anyway, which you should do. We've got you can log into the Fans one here. Like the Fans got one that everyone can use. I mean, I pay for mine, but
do you think that the Fan would give me their login?
Of course they would.
No, I don't even have a computer login. This right here says Tim Hall.
But did you log in?
I don't have one. I don't know.
I know,
Tim's
but you've got Tim's. Oh, you don't have Tim's password?
No, he was just over here for Man and Bone.
And he left it on there for you?
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of him.
I mean, I'm not logged on.
Right.
I don't know his password, so I can't.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Larry Lester, who is an author and a Negro Leagues researcher, longtime Negro Leagues, and he served on the committee to get these records in. It was interesting what he said at the end of the article, and I love this. He said, critics will say, well, Josh Gibson only played against other black teams. Well, Babe Ruth never had a home run off a black pitcher, and Josh Gibson never had a home run off a white pitcher. So I guess my point is the amount of melanin or lack thereof does not indicate the greatness of a ball player. I love that. I'm glad they're putting them in. That's a long overdue that they're including those in with the records for Major League Baseball. But Barry Bonds screwed up all the numbers anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I was going over his numbers today.
Bonds?
It's ridiculous.
He ruined
Barry Bonds his stuff is ridiculous. Like the intentional walks, the home runs, the OB, the on base percentage.
Yep, all that.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep. It really is.
I don't know if anybody ever gonna touch it.
They won't, as long as they test for steroids. No one will do it as long as they're testing.
Oh my goodness.
The ACC in 2022-23, Tyvis, distributed an average of $44.8 million to the football playing members. Just on ESPN put this out. It was a 14.5% increase over the previous year, the second largest year-over-year increase in league history. So they had $706.6 million. They distributed it out to the 14 football teams to where, on average, again, $44.8 million is what they got. So Notre Dame, who's a member, obviously, in all sports but football, they got $22.1 million for their share of it. So ACC, a record $706.6 million generated.
Okay.
The SEC, $852.6 million.
856?
Big Ten, $880 million almost.
Really?
Way behind all of those, right? Like way beyond. Way behind those, I should all say. But such a big drop as far as revenue goes from those schools. And this is why.
I see why Florida
State and Clemson.
Yeah, I see
they both won out.
They were 174 million away.
706 to 880, $174 million behind the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, it's the ACC.
I know. But with the new television deals that also, with the new television deals that are coming into play for the Big Ten and the SEC, it's going to have even a wider gap going forward. And this is why Florida State. And
how did they get left behind like that?
Florida State and Clemson, they had a stupid deal they signed with ESPN. Their former commissioner signed a stupid deal where they can't get out of it. And whereas the Big Ten is doing like shorter deals and then, blows up and they can make even more money. And the Big Ten's doing it the right way, and so is the SEC. The ACC is just, we said that the least of the Power Fours is the Big 12. ACC is not that far ahead of them. But Florida State and Clemson have legit arguments to get a bigger piece of the pie in the ACC, which is what they're both looking for. If they're going to stay there, they think they should make more money than the other schools. And I totally agree they should.
Yeah.
But once that happens, won't the Big Ten and other conferences do the same thing? If the ACC says Florida State and Clemson, you know what? You guys bring the most eyeballs. You get a larger percentage than everyone else. If I'm Ohio State, I'm like, okay.
Them and the Wolverines will take
How about us?
Money.
How about us now, right? Like, we should get more.
They ain't gonna do that.
They should, though, Tyvis.
They should, but I don't think they will do that. Because it's a fair argument. I mean,
Tyvis.
So you telling me then if that's the case, there's no way the ACC could give Clemson and Florida State that money.
Oh, if they want to keep, they're going to have to. Because they had to hell with whatever else happens.
What do you mean? They got a contract.
They're trying to get out of it, though. There's going to be legal because they're fighting it. They don't think that the rules that are in place are fair to them. But
they signed
Tyvis,
it.
what should happen though? And I'm telling you, we need to cut the bottom part of the Big Ten out. There's no reason Northwestern and Illinois should make as much money off the TV deal that Ohio State does.
You think they're going to cut them out?
I think they should. I don't think they will.
No,
but,
they're not.
Okay.
Not.
And
how would you do that, Tito?
How would I do it?
You just go up to them and say, you know what? You're no longer in the Big Ten.
You can be in the Big Ten, but not for football. You're in the Big Ten. That's great. We love tradition. Fantastic. You can split up the $1 million we're going to get for the basketball rights.
I don't think
you're not getting football.
I don't think you could do that with Illinois because
why not?
The Big Ten is operated out of Chicago.
That doesn't. Listen, Tyvis, where it's operated from. The academic thing we talk about, they want to be part of this. They need to be part of this academic side. The Big Ten. Don't tell me about academics. Don't do it anymore. Cut the dead weight in the Big Ten. I don't want to see another Ohio State-Purdue football game.
Why don't you?
Because I'd much rather see Ohio State against a good team.
Purdue
is never going to win a Big Ten championship again.
No.
Neither is Illinois.
No.
Northwestern won't.
No.
Wisconsin won't. Iowa won't. Michigan State won't.
Wisconsin might figure something out.
I don't think so. I'm just saying there's no Northwestern in Illinois and Purdue and Indiana are stealing money. They have a mask on when they get that check.
What is Vanderbilt doing?
Stealing money too. Yes. Vanderbilt's also stealing money. No doubt about it. There are. It's ridiculous, Tyvis. There is no reason. We've already uncovered it. Like, the lid's off now, okay? It's no longer.
So would you say, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking.
Sure.
Let's say that the SEC said, you know what? We're going to take our top 6 teams, and we're going to take the Big Ten's top 6 teams.
Okay.
And we're going to start our own thing. With the rest of the league disintegrate, but everybody would just watch those 12 teams play?
We are headed towards.
You think that would be the case?
We are headed towards like a 30 or 40 team super conference is where we're going to be at. And only those 30 or 40 teams can win the national championship.
It's not 30 or 40 teams that can win the national
There's not 34. There's 30 good teams right now.
10.
No doubt about it. No, there's 10 right now. But when you get into a playoff situation, though, where one game could decide, I'm just saying, you'll have the top 30 teams or so in one conference that are going to play. It'll be split up like the NFL. You'll have these different divisions.
So what happens with basketball?
Every other sport stays the same.
Okay.
And keep every other sport the same way. We all know football is different. Football makes all the other sports stick around.
What you think basketball says about when they have these weaker teams?
Look, at basketball, there's not nearly as much money on the line with basketball as there is with football.
That's true.
It's ridiculous money. The football players will be the highest paid players in college sports. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. They'll be the highest paid players in college sports.
1,000%.
Right. The media deals, even though basketball, you can have so many more games.
Even though Caitlin Clark would have been the highest paid of anybody.
I don't know about that. Was she? Caleb Williams, no.
Caitlin Clark.
I know, but I'm saying Caleb Williams more than Caitlin Clark did last year.
Caitlin Clark was more recognizable than.
More recognizable. Caleb Williams made more money last year than Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, and I'm saying Caitlin Clark should have made more money than anybody.
Well,
because
she was women's basketball. She carried women's basketball to a new level, is what she's done.
She's doing it with the WNBA.
You're absolutely right, yes. I'm just saying, Tyvis, I am tired of these Big Ten bottom feeders, SEC bottom feeders.
Bottom feeders.
That's what they are. They are there. They're the runts of the litter, they're on the cow.
If you get rid of those games,
yes.
Say you do your 30,
sure.
There will be no tune-up games anymore. You have to come right in the season ready to
You might play one non-conference tune-up game. Maybe do that. So the in-state schools, like if Ohio State wants to play and dominate like they always do, a MAC school.
No, you know what they do?
What?
Do the spring game against.
I will. I've always opted for that too. I would love to see that. I'd make the spring game in August and do it then.
Well, it wouldn't be the spring game.
It wouldn't be the spring game.
game.
I realized that we'd have to change some of the wording of it. Some of the marketing materials may have to change.
Well, you see that the NFL is trying to get rid of OTAs, and
I know.
So maybe that might trickle. If that happens, it'll maybe trickle down to college.
Get all the big dogs together in one room, in one conference. That's how you have to do it. And yes, Bodie, Notre Dame would be invited into that group.
Of course they would, because they bring money.
What about Utah?
Utah'd be in that group. Sure, I'd put Utah in there. I'd put Utah in there. I'm just saying, like, out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, on the fringe.
Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
What about Colorado?
I don't know about Colorado. I don't know about Colorado.
But they're bringing eyeballs.
They're bringing right now. That's
true.
Okay, as soon as Deion leaves, every eyeball leaves.
Well, he's going to Florida State.
He could have go to Florida State. I've heard, whatever. Nonetheless, that program does not have eyeballs because of tradition or because of there's this huge run lately of great seasons. They're there because of Deion. That's the only reason. Once Deion leaves, and Deion will be gone within 5 years. Okay.
He signed a contract and they don't even have the money to pay him. Wasn't that correct?
I believe it was something like that, yes. So, nonetheless, he's gone within 5 years, and when he leaves Colorado football, you can bury them next to, what did you say, Penn State and Tennessee.
No, Tennessee.
You can bury them next to them.
It's over.
All right, coming up next. God, you got me all riled up now. Hope my mom's not watching. Is the walk-on player going away? We'll talk about that next. This is the Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here in The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per 1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Have you heard? There's always more at Speedway, like a Big Bite hot dog and Big Gulp drink for only $2.50. We've got what you're in the mood for, and now you can get more with less. Get your big meal deal for only $2.50 with Speedy Rewards. Valid through 1/7/25. Speedway has the right to end this promotion early, plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms. All rights reserved.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
New 2024, up to 72 months Aria, up to 36 months Rogue, and 6/3/24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take a Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But that's not all. Reichert Nissan also has 0% financing on Rogue 2. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If the colors scarlet and gray made a sound, that sound would be this. This is the Buckeye Show.
Buckeye Show. Tito Standing Tyvis to my right.
That's right.
I used to stand.
You should try it.
I'm not going to do it today.
Why not?
Because I got to make sure the screen thing. It's too hard to push all the buttons. I don't have to push any buttons, I guess, with this one. Unless I want to play some sound like of you saying something, you know?
No, I don't know.
No, look, if I wanted to play your pro day thing again, if I wanted to do that.
You shouldn't want to do that.
Or like this.
Tito knows what he's doing. I'm a dope.
Like that one. From Common Man.
I don't know what was wrong with Common Man that day, but
What you talking about, Willis?
Like if I'm going to play things like that.
you got
the wrong angle. Yeah, I think I need to.
I don't want your shirt to get wrinkled up, you know. And
I understand that.
Your
and
boobs
the
be
boobs
showing.
to hang out. Yeah, you don't want to see all that. See, like all these things I could play that would add to the show.
They forgot about Dre on there.
Like, why does Tyvis come in here on the weekends?
More money, more money, more money.
Like things like that.
No.
SEC football coaches are talking about the status of walk-ons. First-year Texas A&M coach Mike Elko, this is on ESPN.com, is against the idea of rosters being capped at 85 scholarship players, and that's it. He thinks you should have walk-ons, a number of walk-ons. And there are some coaches. Kalen DeBoer said he's had rosters as small as 105 and as big as 135 in his career. That's a lot of walk-ons.
Yeah, it is. 135?
He says he's had rosters as large of 135.
That's 50 walk-ons.
There's a lot of variables that come into play, he said. So first and foremost, it comes to health, safety, and efficiency and having a successful practice that I think you want to execute each and every day. That's important with the number that's on your roster. Steve Sarkisian said that Texas has 35 walk-ons right now on his team. We've all seen Rudy. I mean, I know that it's Bodie's go-to movie almost every night before he goes to bed. But obviously, Rudy the walk-on. It's not always that way. What was your experience, or how important do you feel walk-ons are, and should there be a limit on how many players you can have on the roster? Not just scholarship, but players total.
I feel like it should be a limit on total.
On the
players.
total,
Yeah.
okay.
But not walk-on. Like, obviously, you got 85.
85 scholarship.
I'd say 105 should be plenty, because walk-ons are great because you got guys that's coming in that's passionate about the game, and you got to assemble a scout team. And that's what people don't realize about walk-ons. Walk-ons often fill up the scout team.
Right.
They usually are the ones that's in charge of giving you that look to get you ready for the game. And it's a very pivotal thing, because if they mess up the look and you so say in practice, the walk-ons put this look on, it's supposed to look exactly like the person that you're going up against. He's supposed to do exactly what it is that you're going to see in the game to get your body used to it. So when you get to the game, it's second nature to you.
Right.
If you don't have that look and you've been practicing the wrong thing all week, you get to the game, you might look messed up. So it's a pivotal role that walk-ons play, and I think they're very important to success of teams. So, like I said, I think that you can get away with having 20 of them on your roster. Like, that's you
think 20 is enough?
I think 20 is enough, because 20 would give you have, it's 11 on offense and you have 9 on defense, but maybe you got some guys that go flip both ways. Like that, I think that's enough.
Now, here's where Steve Sarkisian also said that the ability to walk on resonates in what college football is all about. He said, I'm hoping to find a common ground on something that's a reasonable number. Again, I'm not opposed to change. Change is going to happen, but hopefully we find a reasonable number where we still feel like we can operate at a high level as coaches and for our players. Now, I will tell you this, Tyvis, I don't think they should cap it. I think if a team wants to have 150 players, and I'm not saying it'd be hell to manage, I'm sure. Manage that many walk-ons. But if you got that many, just because it is a special part, it might be the last remaining, that and marching bands are the last remaining parts of the college football that I knew growing up. There's nothing else with the transfers, with the money, with all these other things that go on now. With the way TV has adjusted kickoffs, Ohio State's kickoff at 1:30 every Saturday unless they were on TV. It was like 1:30 every single Saturday was their game time.
Play Saturday football, still independent.
That's the
That's
there you go. You're right. There we go.
Tito.
Bodie, I totally neglected you on that one.
Notre Dame football stood up for what's right.
Y'all are absolutely wrong because
what?
When you score a touchdown, how many points is it?
No. I'm talking about the traditions in football.
Field's still 53 by 120, right, Tyvis?
We don't have any more
can't go for 3.
Oversized, slow defensive backs like back in the mid-2010s. That's gone. But
first of all,
okay, wait.
I read a 4.4. You can look it up, Tito.
It was a 4.4 flat or was it 4.49?
4.46.
Okay, that's not 4.4. That's 4.46.
Nobody counts the third digit. It's just the first 2.
Did you have a faster time than the guy who was 4.41? You were both 4.4, right?
Yes.
He beat you by half a second.
See, that's loaded.
Okay,
I tell you what.
I think actually it would not be half a second.
It'd be half of a
0.05.
0.05, right? Hey, look, math will do the rest of us.
I've had a faster time than Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, he's fat.
No, this is primes.
Okay,
this is before 2 spoons. This is just 1.
Right. Faster time than him. Okay. Oh, God, I can't believe you are ripping your former teammates, man. You've said Cardale's over 300 pounds, and now you said Zeke is fat.
Oh, man, I love to have fun with you.
So you ran faster than Zeke.
And I ran faster. I was faster than D. Lee.
Okay.
I think Vaughn didn't run it. I don't think Eli ran it. He didn't run it at the combine. He might have ran it at Pro Day.
Eli ran it. You just didn't see him because he was so fast. That's what it was.
Yeah, okay.
It was a blur.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm saying that you're right. The Notre Dame football thing and the marching bands and the fact that walk-ons can be a part of the team that's the old school college football stuff. And are they going to be employees because that's where everything is moving toward. If you're a walk-on, that's what they talked about doing this.
So if you get more people, because this is like NFL. If you're going to pay all these people and they got to fit under this $20 million cap thing,
right?
So that means some pay cuts is happening from starting players because you got to be able to afford all these walk-ons,
right?
So that's where you think the starting quarterback is willing to take a $20,000 pay cut.
No, that'd be a game changer there at that point. If they're going to be employees, that's what I'm saying. You have to differentiate if it's going to be differentiate if walk-ons will be the employees.
That's why everybody's talking about.
Well, yeah, that's what
because it's going to go to an employee.
And I would rather. I think if you're a walk-on, that should not.
They might be looking at it like 85 too many because I'm trying to get paid more, 53 a lot.
Right, I know. Then wouldn't that be interesting, though, if then somehow they try to work around that by offering telling a kid you can be a walk-on. Maybe the kid's a 4-star. You can be a walk-on. Wait, but you'll get all the NIL money. Because you get all your NIL money, you'll do well there.
But now you got to use it to pay for school.
Yeah, you got to use pay for school.
Yeah, no, they're not doing that. All my money going to class.
It also notes in the article that Will Muschamp and Dabo Swinney, they started their football playing careers in coaching as walk-ons. They were walk-on for their teams, and then that led to all the stuff they were doing. So,
well, they say if you players do, and if you can't, you coach.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What else? Kirby Smart said, "I don't know anybody that would be against having walk-ons. At what cost does that bring us? I think it hurts high school football and football as a whole when kids can't even dream for the opportunity to walk on." And I agree with that.
I do too.
I think that if you got a kid who always wanted to go to Ohio State,
I was in that position before I got offered. My high school coach said, "Would you ever walk on at Ohio State?"
Right.
And I said, "You know what? I think about it for sure." Because I wanted.
If you had no offers, you would do that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if.
Yeah. It's like, would you go to Youngstown State or walk on at Ohio State?
You go to Ohio State, you walk on Ohio State, I would think, what you would do. That was your decision there, yeah. Yeah. So we'll see if that gets resolved at all. Bodie, with this, the payout the NCAA has with their all the Power 5 conferences, that $2.8 billion, whatever that number was. Does Notre Dame get part of that? Or does part of that affect Notre Dame at all or not?
I would think so.
Because they're not Power 5 conference.
Yeah. We're Notre Dame, baby.
I know.
We're Power One.
Oh my God.
Notre Dame is forever.
Makes me sick.
They're forever the +1 in college football.
Forever until like 2031 rolls around.
Wasn't BYU like that too?
BYU,
yeah, they've been,
but now they're not, right?
Army was.
Penn State was for a long time.
Oh yeah,
Penn
exactly,
State. I think Pitt was also. Yeah,
Well,
Penn State was way back when.
The day is coming.
I know it is. Yeah, but hey, till there's no air left in our breath.
I just want to know which conference they choose.
It's going to be the Super Conference. It won't be the ACC. It won't be the Big Ten. It won't be the Big 12.
It'll be whatever this.
It'll be whatever this.
Called.
It'll be whatever this super mega conference gets called. Tyvis is when Notre Dame will
Maybe
join.
They'll call it however many schools it is, 40, 45.
The Big 40?
No, I was going to say 45 independents.
45.
So we can always say independent.
I think Notre Dame will probably try to negotiate that in. I don't think they'll draw the line in the sand on it.
No.
But I think that'll be a negotiating point, though. Yeah.
Hey, we
want to be called independent still. Yeah. Yeah.
If they say no, okay.
Yeah, so what? You'll still take your $1 billion in TV revenue, whatever you're going to get for that. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And like I say, the walk-on thing, I think it's a cool thing in college football that they have. And I hope that does not go away. But Tyvis, it's going to depend on if they have to pay those. If those guys are employees, you're right. That will then change that. And then we'll get a reboot of a Rudy movie with a college kid getting paid as an employee to be the walk-on. It'll kind of take some of the romance out of that movie and some of the tears at the end that I always shed. All right, coming up next, we'll close things out with #Buckeyes. Buckeye Show, 97.1 The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Tito. Tyvis doing the air guitar thing. Thank God we've got YouTube up so they can see Tyvis do that. Bodie back there running things. Coming up next, we've got Western Conference Finals Game 4, Timberwolves at Mavs, so stick around for that.
You like my guitar?
I think it's fantastic. I don't know what the listeners think. I don't know what guitar you would play that way because it does not look like it.
I would have been Jimi Hendrix, left-handed.
You're right. That's the only reason I thought of Jimi Hendrix when I saw you. Because that's the only way. Nothing else about Jimi Hendrix made me think you'd be imitating Jimi Hendrix. I'm trying to think what else. The left-handed thing, I guess, is what it was.
Yep.
Other than that, I was going to say you're like Keith Richards. But now you mentioned it, you're right. You're left-handed, so you'd be left-handed to be Jimi Hendrix.
I'm more like Prince.
Prince, another one. What do you and Prince and Jimi Hendrix all have in common? I'm trying to think about this.
Purple guitar.
Is that what it is? That's the only thing in common with you and
rain,
Prince?
Purple rain.
I love that you're singing. I'm so glad we're rolling tape on this one.
Want to see you.
Tyvis, we're not allowed to, excuse me, sorry, we're not allowed to play music.
We could sing it though, right?
That sounded so good though.
Thank you. I appreciate
careful.
You know what?
It's worth getting fined over.
Prince reincarnated right here.
So like I've got some sound over here. I can't play. Like I've got a very short clip of "Don't Stop Believing," 3 seconds long. Can I play that?
I honestly have no idea what the time length is or how that all works.
I don't know if it changes the fact that I'm just a scab here.
Is we only have a handful of minutes left on the live stream, so you probably can't get in that much trouble.
That's a good point.
And if you want to fall on the sword and let them know that I did not make that call,
my hashtag Buckeyes
is
that the opening line came out for Ohio State versus Akron.
Okay.
You care to guess what it is?
I'm going to say 42.5.
Bodie, what you got? You probably know it.
No, I do not know it. I'll say 49.
Close, 50.5.
50.5.
Does Ohio, for the opening game, do you think Ohio State covers 50.5? Score 51, win by 51 points?
Yes.
I'm going to take the under on this one. I don't think that they...
You think Akron covers?
I would take Akron in the points because game one, you never, it's a new offense.
It's a new offense, but... they're going to get at least 3 quarterbacks in the game that are going to want to go out there and run the offense.
Yeah, 50 points a lie. And
by the way, with how good this defense is, Akron might score negative points.
Like I said, I don't think that I see this a good 35-point win.
Okay.
35.
All right. Mine is Matt Weichert put this out. He's with New Albany basketball. New Albany's boys basketball team. Tim Casey, great coach out there, did a fantastic season. And I'm not sure if the signing day was today, but he just put this out today with Braylon Nash signing with Ohio State. Braylon Nash, we talk about walk-ons. He's going to be a preferred walk-on there for Ohio State. Kid out of New Albany, had a fantastic season this year. He was the OCC All-Ohio Player of the Year and averaged 17.1 points, 3.8 rebounds a game. He's a 6'4" kid. They went 20-5. He was the second player in New Albany history to go over 1,000 points. And so a good ad for Isaiah. I love that the Buckeye basketball team will have these walk-ons on there.
Was he a shooter?
He is a shooter, yes. And he's a solid defender also.
He got a good chance.
So
3 and D.
He might get out there. Yeah, he might get out there and play a little bit this year. We'll see. But like I say, he plays for Tim Casey. Matt Weichert put that out there from the New Albany basketball program as well. Thank you for doing all of that. Tyvis, we got game 4 here tonight coming up on these here airwaves after this, Timberwolves and Mavs. We got about 30 seconds before we have to break away here, but
Timberwolves is not going to get swept.
You think they're going to win in Dallas tonight?
Is the game in Dallas?
It's in Dallas tonight, yeah.
They might get swept. They might. They just.
Yes, Tyvis, the game tonight is in Dallas. Thank you for your analysis on that one. Yeah, it's in Dallas. He just went from.
I thought it was in Minnesota.
He just went from Minnesota's going to win to they're going to get swept.
Yeah,
that's what you come here for.
That's advantage guy. I respect that.
Covered yourself on that one. All right, coming up next, Timberwolves Mavs. Thank you, Tyvis. Good luck with your teeth. Thank you, Bodie. We will see you tomorrow. 97.1 The Fan.
News, opinions, and insight all before breakfast. Rise and shine with Morning Juice.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Be Honest Bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.